What's going on, guys? Happy Friday. I'm Graham Gius Matthews. Hope you guys are doing well. Doing something a little bit differently here today. On the eve of WWE Backlash, we're going to be watching back Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship on last year's show in Lyon, France, an amazing match. And I mentioned this on Twitter on the anniversary last Sunday. One of my favorite matches that WWE has done in recent years. And I thought we would do something exclusive for the channel members. Now, what I'm going to try to do is put this up for everyone later up in the day. But based on how this goes and how I enjoy doing it, how I like doing it and whatever, if this works, we might be able to do more of this stuff. I want to be able to do more members-only live streams, and then I can put it up publicly for everyone else to enjoy after the fact. But I didn't want to put the actual match on the screen just to avoid any potential copyright issues. I was going to do that. Maybe we could try that at some point. And if the video gets taken down or we get an issue with it, then, I can know for the future. I wanted to avoid it for this one, though. So what I'm going to do is, I have the timer up above there, rather. And I'm going to hit the, play button on the video and the match and the timer so we can match it up exactly for when I'll be watching the match. So for those that want to be able to watch along, whether it be here on the live stream or after the fact, when I make this live for everyone else, you can hit the play button at the exact time that I do by, synchronizing it with the timer up above. What I'm going to be doing, though, is watching the match on YouTube. Now, I'm not watching it with ads. So if you're watching the match with ads on YouTube, then, or this video or whatever, you encounter, issues with ads and whatnot, you can just pause the match, pause this video, whatever it might be. But I'm going to be watching the match ad-free on YouTube. WWE actually just uploaded it, I think, to their main YouTube channel. They did on May 7th, 2025. Just look up Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles full match from WWE Backlash France. That would have been from last year. And I think we're good to go. I will attempt to play the audio of the match here. In the background, I'll have it dimmed down. I mean, the video will get copyright, not stricken, but there will be issues with like the audio and stuff after the fact, I'm sure. We'll probably be demonetized, but whatever. I want to be able to have some background of the audio of the match. So we'll play it right now. It is a lengthy match, so we'll get right into it. Let me see here. If you want to pull up the match on YouTube, like I said, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles on the WWE YouTube channel. Full match available. And I'm going to press play on the video on the exact time I get the countdown going here. So this is not the timing of the match. This is the timing of the video, just to be clear. Let's see. Let me just make sure I have this timing correct. Boom and boom. All right. I think we're good to go now. So the first thing that we're seeing is AJ Styles' entrance in this great venue, too, in Lyon, France. They had a great setup. This was, and they still do this, I think, for most of the PLEs, if I'm not mistaken, where it's like the dimmed down PLE setup. It's very minimalized. It's kind of like house show-esque. I have not watched this match back since last year. And what I was considering doing, because I wanted to do something Backlash related before tomorrow. I was never going to go live for Backlash, watching the show live. Maybe at some point we can consider doing that. Not for tomorrow night. I have work to do after the pay-per-view, and I enjoy doing the work during the actual show. But I was considering doing the WWE Best of Backlash marathon actually on YouTube. It's been a live YouTube stream they've been doing for days on end that will probably culminate tomorrow before the pay-per-view. And I was considering watching whatever they had on there, but then I saw, when I was about to go live earlier, they had, Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffany. The triple threat from last year's show, which is the match that we're watching right now, AJ and Cody for the WWE title. And I'm thinking, if they put up some random fucking match that I don't really care about, I'm not going to sit here for 3 hours waiting for them to put up a good match from this Backlash, fucking video, from this fucking Backlash marathon. And the thing is, too, if I put that video up publicly later on, you don't know at what point in that video you'll have to go back to be able to watch what I was watching. That would be more of an in-the-moment type thing. That would be a bit tougher. And I also don't know if they keep those videos up after the video's done streaming. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Corey Graves actually just mentioned there that the gear that AJ Styles is wearing here, I think he was wearing as a nod to Dusty Rhodes. Because it was when he won his first world championship, the NWA title, and that was the gear that he was wearing on the night, or something similar to it. This Leon France crowd was fucking wild. They were crazy for SmackDown the night before, that Friday, and that carried over into the pay-per-view tenfold. I mean, they were going nuts here for AJ Styles, singing, like, AJ Styles, "You're So Phenomenal," or whatever it was. In French, obviously. I have no idea what they're saying. And I like how they allow the moment to kind of sink in. And they do this a lot with the PLEs, where the entrances alone take a fucking 10 minutes. But, you know, once in a while, I think it works. Like, they're still chanting for AJ right now. That's just insane. Samantha Irvin's still there as the ring announcer. That was back when she was still with the company at that point. Out comes Cody Rhodes. And the thing is, they loved AJ so much, but it's not as if they sided with Styles and turned on Cody. Like, we kind of saw that a little bit with the WrestleMania match recently, where they were kind of siding with Cena and booed Cody, not only in the match itself, but in that same city that weekend in Vegas, on the SmackDown before Mania. They were very much booing Cody for whatever reason. Then they got back on his side, and wrestling fans are just weird. So, like, now here in this match, they're cheering Cody just as much as they're cheering Styles. And here we go. Cody Rhodes, obviously super over in Lyon, France. And remember, this was his first official defense of the undisputed WWE Championship from when he won it at WrestleMania from Roman Reigns. We knew he was not losing it in his first pay-per-view match as champion, obviously. Not his first match since Mania, but his first title defense. His first match was at the draft episode against Carmelo Hayes, which was a great match, obviously. But anyway, this was his first official title defense, and we all knew he wasn't losing. It was more about the match they were going to have. Because thankfully they told the story going into the show. It wasn't like the focal point of the feud. It was for this pay-per-view. I mean, for their rematch, not really, but for this match, they really focused in and really honed in on their history as members of the Bullet Club. Both men recognized at different points as being leaders of the Bullet Club years earlier. For AJ, that would have been like 2014 through 2016. And then for Cody, it would have been like early 2017, late 2016 through 2018. So their paths never crossed. Even in WWE, Cody Rhodes left when AJ came in. And they kind of swapped places. Cody went to Japan and TNA and Ring of Honor. AJ left Ring of Honor, TNA, New Japan, and went to WWE. And now they were finally in the same place at the same time on the same show. And AJ, it was weird too because he had just lost at WrestleMania to LA Knight, which was the right outcome. It gave LA Knight his first ever WrestleMania win. But it wasn't like Styles had all this momentum. He actually had to win a number one contenders match, win a couple qualifying matches, beating Knight in a Mania rematch actually on SmackDown soon after Mania to earn this opportunity. And then his main event push was over as soon as this feud was over. And he wasn't even hurt too. Like, AJ was hurt recently and came back in the Royal Rumble. And they're still singing Cody's song. Man, the ring looks weird, too, without all the logos, like... And they're singing the entire song, holy shit. There's just the Prime bottle in the ring, and there's no other logos beyond that. It's just the Prime bottle. Here come the in-ring introductions from Samantha Irvin. Man, she's so good. I mean, it's a bummer that she wanted to leave, and I understand the reasons why, but Samantha Irvin was excellent. Really adds to the atmosphere for any of these matches. But yeah, I mean, as soon as this feud was over in June, they had a rematch at the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view for the WWE Championship, an I Quit match that was won by Rhodes, and that was also a great match. I prefer this match personally. That was obviously an I Quit stipulation, so they were doing more of the, gimmicky shit with like the I Quit stuff and whatever, and got very bloody there for a moment there as well, which was cool. But this was more of like the wrestling-centric matchup between the two. And as soon as the feud was over, AJ was off the show. he was not on the show for a while after that. He came back in like October, and then he got hurt the night he came back. But in that time, he was doing house show shit, but he was never on TV for like a fucking 4-month period. And how you have nothing creatively for AJ Styles, of all people, to me is just completely unfathomable. But it was cool to see him at least, hopefully one more time in the future, but at least at that point, coming out of WrestleMania in 2024, it was cool to see him back in the main event mix. Because Corey actually mentioned on commentary earlier on when we first started watching this video, that it was at Backlash 2016 that AJ Styles won his first WWE Championship, which another show I really, really enjoyed. Backlash 2016 is a great show. And, it was on that show where AJ beat Dean Ambrose, actually, the now Jon Moxley, for his first WWE title. And they had a great match on that show, and it was kind of full circle to see AJ Styles back in the main event mix at Backlash, no less, 8 years later. And you see Cody here from the get-go already, taking in the chants, enjoying it, loving it. The crowd's going fucking nuts. The bell rings and they're still chanting. This match is 30 minutes long, near 30 minutes. I mean, we're at the, 8.5 minute mark here just about. And the match goes on for 30 minutes, and they're hot pretty much the entire time. It is a big fight, main event feel here tonight at Backlash in Lyon. And this is just a straight-up wrestling match, too, like I said, which is what I really enjoy about it. They just go in there and have a great wrestling match. See, they just keep chanting. And you see the camera shaking from the camera being, the hard camera or whatever in the crowd. The camera is shaking because the crowd is going so nuts at this point, which you don't ordinarily see. Now, it can get old when the crowd is chanting for all this nonsensical bullshit and not paying attention to the match. That was kind of my issue with WWE's recent international tour. Wasn't a big fan of that. But for a match like this that really deserves all the enthusiasm, it makes for an amazing atmosphere. Especially compared to the dead days of the crowd. The days where we have dead crowds. Even today that happens. Pretty much, not all the time, but often enough, unfortunately. Two just staring each other down here. AJ going right for the leg. Cody getting out of it. See, it's very even. They're chanting for Styles. They're chanting for Cody. It's not like they're cheering for one guy over the other and one guy is getting booed. It's very much a babyface versus babyface match. But if you couldn't tell from the entrance, this was back when AJ had that heel music coming out of WrestleMania that he debuted at Mania. Not a terrible song, but the classic CFO theme song is just way better. Is Cody willing to go there? That's what I'm curious about seeing. Going for the headlock early here on AJ. Cody now with the head scissors, and they just keep exchanging holds. And I like how they keep it consistently entertaining throughout too. There's never a period during one of these matches where it's boring by any means. I think they do a great job of keeping it interesting throughout. Ooh, nice headlock there. Oh, okay. AJ going for a headlock of some sort, and just kind of reversal of the holds, and it's never really one guy fully in control for any extended period of time. And I remember really, really enjoying the match, too, at this point, because it's like a 30-minute Mac Classic where they're just going back and really enjoying the match. Just slaps him right across the face, too. And Cody, it's a good story that they tell going into the rematch, too, where Cody Rhodes has to get more aggressive for that rematch when they face off for the WWE title at Clash of the Castle. And he has to kind of go to that darker place that we've seen. I think they were kind of telling that story with John Cena, where he has to go to that darker place to kind of rise up to Cena's level. And I feel like he does that. We kind of get the seeds planted, not in this match necessarily, but more so in the rematch at Clash, where he doesn't have to use the steel steps. He threatens to use the steel steps on AJ, and AJ gave up anyway because he was, he didn't want to get hit. And then Cody hit him regardless, even after the bell was over, even after the bell rang and the match was over.
a picture-perfect drop kick, shades of
Nice drop kick there from Cody.
From Cody Rhodes in that moment.
And he does the old Stardust cartwheel. And the fucking, you know. It's the thumbnail thing that I used for the thumbnail of this video. The Stardust bullshit. He's done that before. He did that in his matches with Seth Rollins as well. Cody's got a pretty good Backlash record, actually. I don't know if he's undefeated at Backlash, but I'm trying to think. I mean, he wasn't in action at Backlash 2016, 2017, 2018 when the show was first around, last around before they brought it back, because he had left the company at that point. He wasn't around then. But, like, he was at Backlash 09, the main event of that show, which is also another full free match you can watch on YouTube from WWE's, one of their channels, when it was Cody and Ted DiBiase and Orton versus, I think it was, Triple H, Shane, and Batista, the six-man tag team match. So Cody's team won that match. That was where Orton won the WWE title. Bam! Back body drop to AJ, taking him out. Cody with the quick cover, not even a 1 count. And the crowd just keeps going. Yeah, so Cody won that six-man tag team match on Backlash 09. Backlash 2010, he was not on. I don't think, did they do a Backlash in 2010? I don't remember. Oh, my phone's going off here. Hold on. I don't know. If you can hear the Hardy Boys music, that's why. And it's not, I gotta pause the audio here for a second. There we go. Anyway. Backlash they got rid of. Yeah, because there was no Backlash in 2010. They got rid of it after 09. So I think Cody Rhodes might actually be undefeated at Backlash. He won that six-man tag team match in 09. He didn't win the match for his team, but he wasn't the winning team for that show. And then Backlash 2022, when he comes back, WrestleMania Backlash, he beat Seth Rollins in an excellent match. Ooh, nice takedown there. Backlash last year or 2 years ago, he beat Brock Lesnar. And on this show, obviously, spoiler alert, but he does beat AJ Styles to retain the championship. So, yeah, I think he's 4-0 at Backlash, which is pretty cool. He will not. I saw that report that he was considered to be brought back for Backlash this year. He might make an appearance on the show. I don't really see the point. I know they might be building to Cody and Cena 2 at some point. I think to bring back Cody now would be unnecessary. I think you give him an extended absence from WWE television. I think he would really benefit from that. And then when he comes back, it's an even bigger deal. I feel like that just makes the most sense. Ooh, knee right to the gut there. And the crowd again breaks out in a chant. I have no idea what the fuck they're saying, but it makes for a very entertaining chant. I will say that. And there's like nothing, not that there's nothing going on, but like they're just going nuts for the match itself. And that was the case throughout the entire show. This was an incredible Backlash show. One of the best B-level pay-per-views WWE's ever done. I said that then, I maintain that now. Because also on the show you had this match. You had the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match, which I talked about in my WrestleRant ranks video a couple days ago. Boom! Oh, nice Zaguri from Styles there, as Michael Cole called it. They had that tag team match that opened the show. They had Bayley, Tiffany, Naomi. I mentioned that match earlier for the WWE Women's title. Damian Priest and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. There was another match, too. I don't remember what it is. Let me look it up. From Backlash last year. Let's see. And Cody, ooh, runs right into a forearm from AJ at the outside.
Now AJ Styles gonna bounce Cody right off our announce table.
Let me see. Bianca and Jay. Oh, that's what it was. Bianca and Jay beating the Kabuki Warriors to win the WWE Tag Team titles. That was the other match on the show that I forgot about. Taking the fight to the outside here. Takes the thing off of the commentary table.
Clearing off the French announce table. Jessica Carr, a lot of leeway in this matchup. You can't blame her. This is for the WWE Championship. Cody driving AJ hip first into the steel.
Cody taking AJ right into the steel steps there. I don't think. Oh, I was gonna say, was Jessica Carr even counting? I don't think she was. She probably wasn't. I just didn't hear it.
Whether that be in a springboard or just propel himself forward, that could be a game changer if that hip plays a part.
AJ being like the perfect first credible challenger for Cody Rhodes in this match. Just because he brought that wrestling element that we didn't really see in the rest of his run, to be honest with you. I mean, that Cody Rhodes, during that championship run, had the match with Logan Paul, which was fun, but it wasn't like a wrestling classic by any means. Solo Sikoa, those matches were not great. They were pretty good, but they weren't like wrestling matches, you know? The matches with Kevin Owens were great. Probably the first one was the most wrestling match they had. But the subsequent rematches were all about the story with Kevin Owens being the heel. So, Cody never really had the same level. I mean, he had a lot of good matches while WWE champion. A lot of very good matches. Nice suplex here. An extended standing suplex from the middle rope. And AJ gets out of it. Okay. Cody just takes a bump right down to the mat, I guess. But this was definitely the best match that Cody had while WWE champion last year, going into this year. And not that it wasn't even close. I think the AJ rematch was also very, very good. He's got Cody up on his shoulders now. Oh, nice electric chair.
Right back on the exposed back of the American.
And the crowd's still going. I think what makes this match even better to me, why I enjoy this match so much, is the crowd reactions. I think without the crowd reactions, if it was a dead crowd, the matches just aren't, it's just not the same, because they feed off the crowd very well. Oh! Moonsault from the mid-air moonsault and mid-rope, springboard moonsault. Thank you, Corey Graves, for that. Cody Rhodes catches him on the knees. And they kind of take their time getting back to their feet. I mean, I can only imagine, for as good as this match is here, I am curious how much better it could have been even 10 years ago, when AJ was even more of in his prime than he is now. But then again, Cody Rhodes was not the same performer back then that he is now. Cody Rhodes is a much more complete performer then than he was, or today rather, than he was 10 years ago. Especially after all the main event matches and stuff that he's had and stuff like that. Boom, just repeated punches. Boom, and again.
Here comes the nightmare. Cody up over the top. AJ slam by Cody. Sudden impact.
Nice slam there, takedown from Cody to AJ.
The WWE Universe giving Rhodes the shot of adrenaline he so desperately needs.
And they're rallying behind Cody as he to set him up for whatever's next. Oh, okay, Cody with the disaster kick connects. Nice.
Cody cover to retain.
Kick out. I don't even know what the fuck they're saying. They're again chanting something. I have no idea what they're saying.
Take a look at this. Cody with the disaster kick caught Styles right under the chin. And perhaps the landing took a little more out of Cody than he expected. Slow into the cover attempt. Well, again, the back. has been an issue over the last few minutes for Cody in this match.
And I respect Cody as Undisputed WWE Champion, playing his cards close to the vest. He doesn't want Styles to know if he's injured.
And they're waiting for their next move, and the crowd's just going crazy the entire time. They're just chanting random shit. I mean, I don't speak French, so again, I don't know what they're saying exactly, but it makes for a great atmosphere. I think now he goes for the disaster kick. AJ again evades it, gets Cody up on his shoulders, and Cody reverses that. Now, this is the part where, like, they're having the wrestling match, and this is where I wish the crowd would pay attention, because now they're just fucking chanting whatever. It almost sounds like they're hijacking the show, like they're not, and then they're clapping for themselves. That's kind of weird. Like, instead of reacting to the moves or, you know, chanting, you know, counting for the 1, 2, 3 or whatever.
Powering up Rhodes, driving Cody down across his own knee, and Styles now looking to rally.
Who digs down deep?
And AJ now waiting here for Cody to get back to his feet. Boom, out of the way, missed.
Cody Rhodes now.
Bulldog right down to the mat. I'm noticing now this is probably more so the WWE style. A lot of time wasted in between moves, but they know they can get away with it because the crowd's so hot. I think that's kind of the key.
But of course, champion's advantage does apply. Styles must pin or force Rhodes to submit to become undisputed WWE champion.
Cody trying to get AJ now. Oh, up for a suplex on the apron. But AJ reverses. Oh, shit, with a fucking suplex of his own.
Styles dropping Cody on his head.
Right on his head, right out of the apron, no less.
If somehow AJ Styles can summon the power to get Rhodes back in the ring, we're going to have a new champion. Cody has not moved.
That is nuts. I mean, I don't know if are they chanting for AJ here? Like, it's kind of hard to tell. Are they rallying behind AJ to win the match? It just sounds like they're chanting for the sake of chanting. That's when it kind of gets annoying. That I can understand why people get bothered with. It's like, just react to the match as it is. Don't make it all about the chants. Oh, Cody now catching AJ with a power bomb. Boom! Puts him right through the table. Now they have the newer tables, so they can't really do that anymore.
Desperation move and effective for Rhodes.
I think they're chanting "we." That I know what that means. It's probably the only French word that's not true, but one of the few French words I probably am familiar with. Nice power bomb there from Cody to AJ. Bam! And again.
Both men are down outside the ring.
The Aju Shero chants we've been hearing all weekend. Sign of respect to our French announced friends.
In the process of being counted out here.
Got a 4 by the official Jessica Carr, now at 5. Styles has been taken out through the table. The champ Cody Rhodes is down.
Now they're starting to chant with a count as they're being counted out. 7. Or 8, rather. 9. And they both get back in time. Cody's like scouting Styles here.
Styles to his feet. Rhodes up as well.
I don't know. I get zero idea what they're saying. Trading punches back and forth.
Heavy rights being exchanged by both champion and
And
challenger.
again. And another one. Oh, kicking each other at the same time. And you get a lot of time being spent down on the mat. I don't think this match works as well for as great as this match is, I think. And I think it gets even better once they pick up the pace a little bit more and do some more shit in a little bit. But there's a lot of time, a lot of downtime. And I think that only really works when you're in front of a live crowd that is hot. And if they're not, it's going to be very quiet and awkward for quite a bit. So I feel like there's a pretty good chance they knew their audience and they knew what they were getting themselves into, and they probably booked the match around that. Because if not, I don't know if this match works remotely as well. Cody asking AJ, do you want to go again? And they start punching each other. Cody first, though. He's on the offense. Oh, okay.
Shots to the midsection.
And AJ answers with a phenomenal blitz.
Cody with another punch to AJ. Oh, Dusty Rhodes combo. Boom! Elbow right to the face. Good kick out.
For the WWE Championship.
We were expecting one hell of a main event. We know how much respect Rhodes has for AJ Styles.
And they're again taking their time getting back to their feet.
To Brett the Hitman Hart, saying he's a modern-day excellence of execution. Cody knows that iron sharpens iron, and if Cody wants to wave the flag, he's got to get past the best.
And how much does Cody have left? How deep
Cody is slapping the mat and going for the cutter. AJ catches him, looking like a reverse DDT, but instead it's like a fucking tombstone. And then Cody reverses that into a tombstone position, getting AJ into his shoulder.
from behind? And a boot to Cody.
Nice snap suplex right into the turnbuckle post, right into the corner.
The back that was injured earlier on in this matchup. Corey, I've never quite experienced a night like this.
That makes two of us, and I am loving every second of it.
Styles now delivers the knee again to the back of Cody Rhodes, which has become the focal point of the attack.
Styles now waiting for his next move. And this is where he goes. I thought he was going to the top rope. He's actually just going to the apron, going for the boom! Beautiful 450. Then he covers him. Kick out at 2. I think they're chanting there that was 2. I remember looking that up during the pay-per-view and thinking, why are they chanting like after every near fall? I think they were chanting that was 2 in French.
That springboard 450 splash, which has brought Styles so many victories, and Cody kicked out.
We're learning a lot about Cody Rhodes tonight. His resilience and his guts and his will to win. He finished the story. It's always harder to write the sequel. And that's what Cody's trying to do
And
tonight.
AJ gets Cody up on his shoulders for that burning hammer. Jesus Christ. And Cody kicks out at 1. That was insane. And Cody's all fired up here. This is really where they start picking it up. That was crazy. I know you see that shit elsewhere a lot, and you know it's nothing really new if you watch other promotions, if you watch other wrestling. Cody with the cutter, nice.
Just barely, but this match rolls on.
But in WWE, they do it so sparingly that it feels more special when they do that sort of thing.
Stop. Look at this. A burning hammer, which should have taken Cody out for good. Instead, Rhodes
Got the cutter on AJ. Beautiful.
But even this wasn't enough to deny the challenge of AJ Styles yet.
Rhodes stumbling to his feet AJ Styles using the ropes to somehow get back to a vertical base. Physical, emotional.
Now they're just saying fight forever in English. That's a lot easier to understand.
Styles wants to keep fighting.
Clothesline by Rhodes.
Cody taking out AJ with that clothesline.
Both of these men have left everything in the ring.
Looking to get fired up again for something.
Some of themselves outside of it.
Man, the crowd's really fucking eating it now.
Cody gonna hook AJ Styles and look to put
And
Styles
going for that
away.
crossroads, but he gets out of it.
AJ countered. Styles
Beautiful Pele kick there from AJ.
Between the eyes.
And now it's AJ's turn with an opening and a chance.
And takes him up and over, right over the top. Oh, and AJ!
Forearm. And
And he's setting him the phenomenal forearm here. I forget what the exact finishing sequence is,
Time for number
but I guess we'll see.
for AJ Styles.
off the top.
Boom! Kick right to the face.
Believe Cody connected with the sternum of AJ Styles, which likely just drove all the oxygen, all the wind out of the challenger.
This is where he sets him up for the armbar. I like that touch.
Kimura.
Or the Kimura, rather.
AJ Styles.
Cody Rhodes knows firsthand just how brutal this submission can be.
Yeah, I don't think they mentioned Brock Lesnar here.
To his advantage and try to get
But
AJ
he did win, or he actually won off of that move against Brock the year prior when I think Brock had him in the Kimura. But then Cody reversed it into like a roll-up or whatever it was when Brock's shoulders were on the mat, and that was how we beat Brock at Backlash the year prior. So I like the attention to storytelling there, the attention to detail.
Styles trying to somehow work his way out of it.
AJ's doing his best to get his footing underneath the weight of both he and Rhodes.
Oh, takes him right down.
The AJ Styles got so much stronger. He used that to his advantage there.
And this is where he picks him up for the Styles Clash looking like. But Cody getting out of it, though. Kicks AJ right in the face.
Kick by Rhodes.
Again to the face. Now going for the crossroads.
Went for cross.
AJ reverses.
Styles countered.
Kicks the knee out.
AJ.
Here's the Styles Clash.
Now hoist Cody up for the
And but
Styles
Cody
Clash.
gets out of it again. Right into an Alabama slam. But again, Cody rolls up. Boom! Just a 2 count, though.
An offensive exchange by both superstars.
Off the top. Oh, my God. That cutter was nasty. Jumps right to the top rope to Cody. And that was how he nailed that cutter, which was great. And I think this is where he puts him away. I think a match good enough to get 5 stars from Dave Meltzer, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to look that up. I'm pretty sure it did, though.
Cody hooking AJ Styles.
And he's got Cody. Boom! There's that crossroads. Beautifully executed. I think all it takes is one. And it does. No finisher spam fest. Just a straight up clean wrestling match for 30 minutes. And they did kill a lot of time, like I said. They killed a lot of time. It's still a great match. And a fantastic first title defense for Cody Rhodes.
Well, talk about one hell of a first title defense.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Main event in any city around
It was nice not to have, like, especially compared to WrestleMania the month prior, where, like, when he faced Roman Reigns, it was finisher, kick out, kick out, kick out. This had a lot of good kickouts, but it wasn't because he hit 3 Styles Clashes or 4 Crossroads. You know what I mean? Like, it was a much more straightforward approach than what they were. I mean, even today that we're still used to getting in WWE main events and in AEW main events and stuff like that. There's Cody Rhodes celebrating his win here as WWE champion. But that was an excellent match. We're going to stop the timer here in a second because the video is about to end, actually. And that's going to close it out at around 37 minutes. Boom. There it is. Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out this video, my watch along of the Cody Rhodes AJ Styles WWE Championship match from Backlash 2024. I've kind of tossed around the idea of doing different match watch alongs, rewatches, or show watch alongs and whatever. For live shows, it would be tough just because the shows like SmackDown is 3 hours. Doing a 3-hour watch along of SmackDown every Friday sounds like fucking death. But between that or pay-per-views or whatever, maybe. I was more so interested in rewatching older shows, older matches, and doing live streams of those. So keep an eye out for those in the future. Like I said, this was members only first. So if you're a member, you get this video first. And if you're not, you get it a little bit later on. So if you want to consider signing up for a WrestleRant All Access Pass for just $5 a month, you get videos like this early before anyone else, along with shout-outs on these videos, including our current channel members. Alexis, Miss Maud Matthews, Dillon, DiGiacomo, Mrs. Renee, DJ Swerve 1, Daniel Malcolm, RJ Marceau, John Ritland. He's Real Honesty with John Ritland on YouTube. Richie, Red Planet Wrestling on YouTube, and Average Grunt. Thank you to our current channel members. And for those checking out this video, whether it be live or after the fact, I appreciate it. So, at any rate, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll probably try to do one of these again soon. This just kind of worked out better with my schedule as far as doing this right before Backlash coming up on Saturday night. And maybe in the future we could do more watch-alongs or rewatches of old content, current content. We'll kind of figure it out as we go along. But until next time, folks, I'm Graham G.S. Matthews. Have an awesome rest of your weekend. Enjoy Backlash on Saturday, and I'll catch your ass down the road.